Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. And we're going to talk about if you're not fitting in, if you're not following the program, if the world's giving you a hard time. I'm kind of feeling a little bit of that this week. Don't feel bad, don't feel discouraged, because the damn pogrom, which is really all these are to demoralize mankind. They're all not even cool to follow these damn programs, because how the society, when you're just not fitting in because you just don't feel like certain things are right. It feels like when you have any level of ethics, you're going to have a hard time in this society. The society is really, really, really demoralized, and it's been socially engineered that way, okay, for years and years. And if people think it's all a joke, what's been happening to God's people over and over again by certain groups? What did the Spaniards do to the Native Americans? Okay, were the real Jews. Okay, they've already found that the 10 tribes are over here and everything. Look around. Anyone that don't want to follow the damn program, like, it's like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, because the program is designed for your destruction. And we've seen this time and time again, and we're going to go down the road of even sexual education, because when they got these damn programs like they have now, right? When they want to give you, certain substances and put, force certain things on you, it's not for your best interest. It's not because they really care if you live a long life and drain the system, right? They're all about the bottom line. So why the hell all of a sudden they're so altruistic? Yeah, billionaires and politicians are really the ones who care about charity. People really need to start using what's in between their ears, if it's still there. Okay? And so don't feel bad if you don't follow the damn program. If you haven't been put on to Brave New World, really good reference by Aldous Huxley. Okay, he talked about this so-called genetically modified society which we're living in. I mean, you talk to people and they just so like soulless. They just want you to follow the program. They want you to play the game. Like something's wrong with you. Like you're lazy because you don't want to put a mask on your face and do this and that to do what everybody else is doing. Like what they're asking you to do is normal. But there are ways to learn your rights and know that you can say no. The state is not your God. The Most High, the living God, okay, is in the highest heaven. But they'll make you think they created you, right? But that's what they're trying to do. They're recreating mankind in their own image, their own perverted, demoralized image, where you don't have any type of moral, so you'll do whatever they tell you to do. You'll be a good stooge.
I just don't know what to do with you, Bernard. Maybe the chief computer instructor does.
Well, Bernard Marx again. Still refusing to participate in religious sex devotional exercises, is he?
No. This time he disrupted the erotic training class by refusing to play Hunt the Zipper.
Well, Bernard. Don't you like to play Hunt the Zipper?
No.
So you got the sexual erotic training class. They're teaching these children as young as in 7th grade, 12 years old. These children shouldn't be thinking about this kind of stuff. They're not properly capable or mature enough to handle these types of thoughts. That should be well into they're done with puberty or whatever. They'll naturally gravitate toward it on their own. But and already the data has shown that if you subject a child to sexual content, that's considered child abuse. And so, but yeah, it's institutionalized if you haven't noticed.
Well, I see. Sit down, Bernard. No, there, in the Bible water chair. Comfy. Now, Bernard, do you want to play Hunt the Zipper?
No.
Are you sure? You really do want to play Hunt the Zipper, don't you?
No.
Well, well. Let me ask you again, Bernard. Do you want to be allowed to go back to your erotic training class and play Hunt the Zipper with all the other boys and girls?
Yes.
Fine. Now run along back and play. Quick, quick. Well, well. He does seem to be a bit of a problem, doesn't he, Miss Arco? I think we'd better schedule him for a few clinical sessions with one of the school's psychosex therapists.
Whatever you say, of course. Personally, I think there's something wrong with him. He's so little for his age, hardly bigger than a gamer.
So they think they know what's in your best interest, and they do things behind the parents' backs without them knowing, guys. So that's very, very, very disturbing. So I'm going to put this link here. This is the so-called founder of sex education, to show you if you don't follow the program, don't worry about it, because it is most likely not okay. So that means that you're normal, that you still got your soul, so don't worry about it. But I'll put this link and we'll go into this book some other time. I'll just kind of breeze through it. In 1948, the Institute for Sex Research at Indiana University was led by eugenicist Alfred C. Kinsey, whose sex research shook America's moral foundations and launched the 1960s sexual revolution. 50 years later, new revelations confirm Dr. Judith Reisman's 1981 expose of scientific fraud and criminally derived data contained in the publicly funded Kinsey reports. Dr. Reisman revealed that Kinsey conducted human experiments in a soundproof laboratory built to his specifications at Indiana University, and that the sexual abuse of at least 317 infants and young boys was a scientific protocol for Kinsey's 1948 report. Dr. Reisman discloses for the first time the ongoing consequences to the American people and the world based on Kinsey's deliberately skewed research. Kinsey died in 1956, but his institute endures today under the expanded title of the Kinsey Institute for Research in Sex, Gender, and Reproduction, suggesting an even more ominous threat to human rights and liberty. So this is the PDF. It'll really go into it, and it tells you that the sexual revolution was based on a lie. Okay, so this Dr. Judith Reisman spent 30 years, and it's frightening. It's really sad because they did really do horrible sexual abuse to children to find their so-called data. And it says Dr. Reisman has produced a scholarly and devastating study revealing the ugly and frighteningly dangerous pseudo-scientific assault on our children's innocence. Dr. Laurel Schlesinger. And just to show you, like, anytime they try to push something on you, these damn pogroms or whatever, they come out later and then you find out it's a fraud. Yeah, like after they die, right? Because all the records they hide. And so they lie their whole life, right? And they said the same thing about Louis Pasteur, who was the founder of the so-called germ theory. But here we go. So this is a must-read because it says this book is called Kinsey Crimes and Consequences. It's a must-read for every American who wants to understand the demoralization of our nation. She is a scholar of international renown who brings courage, integrity, tenacity, and profound insight to her world-class research and writing, sorely needed in America where powerful special interests often distort the truth for financial gain or unconstitutional political ends. Her important work has been successfully presented to Congress, the U.S. Supreme Court, a presidential commission, many executive branch departments, and to members of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. And that's from Admiral Thomas H. Moore, USN, former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. So this is the whole book. It'll go into, I can't even read some of this stuff right now because I'm just already like stressed out from just this world being so sad. I mean, it goes to show like every program is not for your best interest. It's all about destroying your rights, okay? And our children need to be exempted because this is, how these disgusting, dirty, perverted men have already, put out, these male gynecologists and the Carl Jung and the Sigmund Freuds, how a lot of them sexually assaulted their patients, had very inappropriate, so they really do like fondle their patients and do all kind of stuff to them and then say, oh, that's natural. Some of these children were convulsing, okay, during his experiments and screaming and passing out, okay? That's how bad it was. So when people think that this is science, this is what they had to do to get their science, okay? So I'm going to give you guys the PDF. I'll put the link, right? And because the book, I actually have the hard copy. It's like $50, but I didn't know that they even had a link, so that's great. And just the different sex education policies, like they try to say, oh, it's because it's, it costs taxpayers money if they have STDs. They always give you that bullshit politically correct answer. Don't fall for that. They know way too much about our children more than we do, and that's really perverted. And then you wonder why you have all these stories of these children having sex with students, okay? And so they say, oh, because the direct medical cost is all this. They try to say it's all because of that, right? No, I don't think so. And it says all states are somehow involved in sex ed for public school children. And now, as of October 1st, 2020, 30 states and the District of Columbia require public schools teach sex education, 20 of which mandate both sex ed and HIV education. 39 states and the District of Columbia require students receive instruction about HIV. And right here it says 5 states require parental consent. So really look up your state. I'm in Massachusetts. They're really good, at least about making sure they inform the parents, I guess, and giving us they didn't really do that with my children. So they do sometimes omit, don't go out of their way to tell you, but that's why you got to do your own research and see what can be done, because you can opt out. It says 36 states and the District of Columbia allow parents to opt out on behalf of their children. So that's really good, right? It says, why is sex education? It's because, a 2017 Centers for Disease Control and Prevention survey indicates that nearly 40% of all high school students report they have sex, and 9.7% of high school students have had sex with 4 or more partners during their lifetime. Among students who had sex in the 3 months prior to the survey, 54% reported condom use and 30% reported using birth control pills, in intrauterine device, implant, shot, or ring during their last sexual intercourse. That's way too much information. What does that got to do with reading and writing and math, guys? Don't you see how freaking evil that shit is? And in Massachusetts, I looked it up. They do give parents. It tells you right here that you can. It says this is where it says in section 32A. If you guys need to look it up under general laws. Is it part 1? Title 7, Chapter 71, in case if you're in Mass, Section 32A, Sex Education Policy regarding notice to parents, exception. So there's always exceptions, right? So always look for that. For all these type of programs, they always give you a little way out, but you got to go look for it, okay? You got to know that you can do that and put everything in writing. That's why I'm all about putting waivers. If people need help with that, I try to help with that, whatever I can do, but it takes a lot of work too. So I do freelance or whatever, but if people are really hurting, and it's a small thing, then fine, I'll do it. But you really got to get in the habit of learning different laws, writing them down for your pertinent state, learning your rights, writing it down, because when you're by yourself, and there's no one else, you should know a couple of things so you can say, no, it's this, I don't want to do this because of X, Y, and Z. So in Section 32A, every city, town, regional school district, or vocational school district implementing or maintaining curriculum which primarily involves human sex education or human sexuality issues shall adopt a policy ensuring parental guardian notification. Such policy shall afford parents or guardians the flexibility to exempt their children from any portion of said curriculum through written notification to the school principal. No child so exempted shall be penalized by reason of such exemption. Said policy shall be in writing formally adopted by the school committee as a school district policy and distributed by September 1st, 1997, and each year thereafter to each principal in the district. A copy of each school district's policy must be sent to the Department of Education after adoption. To the extent practicable, program instruction materials for said curricula shall be made reasonable, accessible to parents, guardians, educators, school administrators, and others for inspection and review. The Department of Education shall promulgate regulations for adjudicatory proceedings to resolve any and all disputes arising under this section. Oh, thank you. Yeah, they had some nerve even implementing this in the first place. Okay? Some nerve. So when you feel like you're not part of the damn program, that's okay. Because this KINSEY consequences, you can definitely go into all the abuse. I mean, does this picture even feel right to you? I mean, look at it. Having this man, and they have that all the time. These Bible camps, watch out, Pathfinders, you name it. I don't care what they are. I don't care if your cousin went and they didn't say anything. You don't know. You know, I've heard some stories that things did happen, okay? They do happen all the time. It doesn't have to be one denomination or another. You know, it could be the Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts. We've all heard this kind of stuff, right? And so everyone, upholds these damn scientists like they're so righteous, and these programs like they're so good for us. But yeah, maybe it's all about the brave new world and genetically modifying people, demoralizing us, where that's how they take down the nation. That was like what the Bolshevik Revolution was all about. Once you demoralize a nation, you take their integrity, you take their family values, then you can overtake them as a whole, right? Reduce them to property and then just sell them off to the highest bidder. So be careful and just say no to the damn program, and look up your state laws too. Okay, everybody has a waiver. Okay, everybody has a waiver options. You know, they tell you why for financial reasons, but that's a lie. That's a lie. It's deeper than that. And so, please avail yourself to all these links and definitely look up the stuff on your own, and you're going to see how horrible it is, and that it's okay if you don't follow the damn program. That means there's something still right with you. So thank you and have a good day.